using the cube to train our chain punch. Inspired by Rudolf Laban's use of the cube in his movement training, I've taken the idea of using that cube to train our chain punch at different depths and also to cover all the way out to our shoulders. So in Wing Chun, a lot of the movements, strikes and covers cover the diagonal plane, not just striking always straight ahead, but we have to cover this space coming out all the way to our shoulders to keep ourselves covered. That's why we have the cross guard. So with that idea, we're going to use our chain punch, but we're going to think about our torso being the back face of a cube, the sides coming out from our shoulders, and the front face closing off in front of us. This allows us to train our chain punch at different depths, which is super important because if someone's in front of you, the distance is always going to change. So you need to be able to strike with power at closer in, but also get used to striking quickly and with power further out. When we're using this, we never overextend our arm, so we never lock it out, we still keep a slight bend. So when we're doing this, we still keep this slight bend, not overextending, putting pressure on our elbow joint, and also not giving our arm away. If we overextend and give our arm away, it disconnects it from our body, and if someone grabs it, it's very easy now to pull it away from you, to pull you off balance and out of your stance. So we keep it down, elbow down, shoulder down. So we're going to cover the space from our shoulders all the way down to our hips. We're also going to reverse our chain punch. So instead of coming over, we're actually going to start coming under, because there'll be other times when your hands shoot up from down below and you cover going backwards. So when we're training our chain punch, we don't want to just train one way, we want to train both ways. This way you learn to interchange between both quickly. We're going to add in some hooks and uppercuts to our chain of punches, and this keeps it versatile and gets us used to adding in other strikes. So these are still Wing Chun hooks and uppercuts. That means when we throw the hook, we still keep our elbow slightly down, so it's still more like a triangular shape. Instead of coming all the way up, we're going to keep it slightly down. And when we throw our uppercut, instead of turning the uppercut that you normally used to see with the hands this way, we still keep it vertical. So the hook comes from here, circles in, elbow is still down. Fist is at an angle, so you're creating a triangle. For the uppercut, so it's important that you've reversed the motion earlier, and you'll find this a lot easier, because it just reverses and comes up, boom, from here. Very difficult to stop and difficult to see. When you're doing this, try and keep your breathing steady. When you want to inject energy, you might want to add in your breathing and compress it out, which you learnt in stage 1. But when you just have your rhythm of your chain punch going, just breathe normally, breathe steady. Finally, just to bring the intensity up of the drill, we're going to add in fartlek training. Fartlek training is great for martial arts training because it just means that you add in bursts of high intensity to your training. It's most commonly used in running, where you'd run at a pace that you find comfortable, and then you'd have a 10-second burst of just sprinting, and then go back to that normal pace, and then another 10 seconds just as fast as you can sprinting, and then back to that normal pace. So we're going to use that idea, and we're going to use that in our chain punch, because in martial arts, in a self-defense situation, you have to get used to going from pretty much stationary straight into explosive movements. So this is a great way to train that. Let's open up our stance. Bring our left hand forward, right hand behind, and start off at a nice steady pace I'm going to guide you through the motions as we're doing them. So start by rotating over, find a nice rhythm, make sure you're nice and relaxed. Now we're going to come down to hip level, to the left side of our hip, and we're going to come up that side. Return back to center, back down, to the right side of our hip, and back up. To the center, down, left side of hip, and up. To the center, down, right side of hip, and up. Back to the center. We're now going to rotate anti-clockwise. So we change the punch to an anti-clockwise motion. And we're going to come down the center to the left side of our hip and up. Back to the center, down it, to the right side of our hip and up. Back to the center, down, left side, up, center, down, right side, up, and rotate back to clockwise. We're now going to add in hooks. So from here, the hook's going to come in either side. Go. 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 Okay, so continue going round the cube, and when you feel like it, add in them hooks. Get used to reversing. Reversing back to clockwise. Adding in uppercuts. That's going to come straight up underneath. If you can, keep the cube going. Reverse if you feel like it. Now we're going to change depth. So our hand's going to come right close in. Make sure your elbows aren't touching you though. And then we're going to extend back out. Come close, extend back out. Still go around the cube, changing the depths. Using your hooks, uppercuts, reversing. Now we're going to use the fartlek training. So we're going to add in explosive punches when I say go for 3 seconds, and then go back to your normal pace. Go! 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 Still changing depth, adding in your hooks, uppercuts, going around the cube. Go! From there, pull your hands back, left foot to right, push down, Well done.